All right, folks, welcome on back here this Wednesday afternoon, August 23rd. Great to see Chuck still here with us, and Roger just before, and Charles, and all of our students here otherwise inside our live trading room. Just give me a quick sound check. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. And across the board on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. The works I like to say. Great to see all of us back here at least. So Bill, Xavier, Barbara, Sam, Kathleen, all of us otherwise just chatting me back right now inside our trading room. Ron, Leda, Charles, there we go. All right, so class coming up, class concluding coming up at 3:05 Eastern time. The phase one course, not just for this entire month of August, but for the entire education cycle beginning from May. So keep in mind for all of our new students coming into CTU, hey, our curriculum is broken into a rotating cycle of classes. So we started in January, we work our way into April, we start again back in May, work our way into August right now. So actually, hey, we're finishing up the phase one stock course across the entire education cycle as we've been doing. We'll restart the cycle going into next month in January. So, hey, we always say for our students here that join us at any point, go through the recordings. I actually mentioned it to a student this way. I'll probably phrase it this way going forward long term, and as it's true. I make it my life mission to really put as much value into the recordings of these classes as we do the live ones. So for anyone joining us here, please just go through the recordings, work your way through until you catch up. But we're starting right from the top, at least in September. So class on ahead. With that said, though, the VCIG will likely use as like a stock to go over briefly. Our whole class for this afternoon is going over journaling. So with that said, we took a few trades on this VCIG in the morning session before class. We jumped in afterwards once class finished up. It was a phenomenal move. So we'll go over the good, the bad, and just everything else in between otherwise. But we'll see if this could even push up a little bit higher heading into the close. Honestly, I am a little reluctant to even put this on the list, but it's still showing good activity. It's got a thin book, so it's definitely more of a level 4+ stock, I'd say, at least. We'll go over all of that in our class coming up later on this afternoon. But yeah, for right now, I guess I'll keep VCIG on our watch list for right now in hopes of it popping again. Hey, I was on a coaching call with one of our students, Charles, earlier today. I know I was saying it earlier, but it's true. Normally we don't focus on the news. We really don't. If there's good earnings, that doesn't mean the stock is going to explode. I learned my lesson on Delta last month. Well, with that said, VCIG, the news that came out, like hell, anytime a stock company, anytime a company looks to align itself with a major player in this field, like Google, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft here in this case with this one, they partnered with Microsoft's OpenAI, which is basically ChatGPT. So I was telling Charles, at some point, this is going to pop. I feel like it's got to, took a couple small losses in pre-market. I'll go over those, and then we'll see what happened afterwards, at least, right? And heading into the close, perhaps another higher low being built off the previous peak. If it ends up breaking lower from here, then definitely be careful. All right, so with class coming up on ahead, we had the market pushing up really nicely earlier today. A great trade that Fausto's in on as a swing on Mara. Definitely something I've been jumping at to try and get into. So I think there's more room on that to get in long term. That's not like the absolute bottom. It's not going to spike up to like $30 right away. We got time on that, but I hope. Let's just go from top to bottom here, though, see what we can get. So VCIG is on our list here at this point. The MFH, not looking as lively. So I'm going to pass on that. APLS was looking pretty lively earlier, but just given how expensive it is, it's very thinly traded as well. I'm not as keen to follow it just for that reason. And then obviously right now it's just no trend. So a lot of these moves that we had called out from earlier today, pretty much all finished up now at this point. RCUS, small bounce a little bit there, but that's it. BGLC has been a fun stock the last couple of days, like 2 or 3 days, but whatever news came out led to a nice little pump up back on, what was that, like Friday last week, ended up pushing up, or Thursday last week, pushed up once again. So maybe keep this on your side list. Tito's, so as Fausto kind of nicknames this one Tito's, just ended up making a nice little pop up earlier today, but flattened out. There's definitely going to be a few things in here. I got to sift through this with like a fine tooth comb. Just going to find a couple that will eventually like make a nice pop up to the highs. And we're probably going to run into one here. We'll see. I haven't actually checked in on this APLD up until right now. I know the AI trade made a fantastic move up from earlier today. PLTR as well. Yeah, this one's breaking a new high here. So yeah, APLD, I'm going to put this back on our watch list once again. Stock ended up making a really strong move a few months back it was. Went back from like May time. pumping up with AI back then, and AI is up like nearly 5%. A little bit more liquid given the price, so I like to see that. It's been a great trade for us, normally. Maybe I'll come back to this at the tail end. Carvana up just like a tiny bit more, but looking pretty similar. So I wouldn't mind slipping both of those on here at the end. Definitely not. But let's just see what else we can kind of go through. That APLD was up more, and that could have some more life to it here heading into the close there. Heckler Mining, HL, not much going on. FSLY, same deal, right? Oh, no, there we go. FSLY, nice little chart here. Moving on up pretty nicely, but this is going to be less volatile. And for the price, I mean, hey, I'm not going to do a survey or a poll right now, but how many of us are trading 1,000 shares on a $20 stock? There's going to be a number of us that are, yes. There's like probably, I don't know, I'm just shooting from that, maybe like 40% of us. But like, let's just say, if that's the case, then for the 60% of us, it's not really going to be as like applicable of a stock for you to follow. Like, yeah, it's moving up, but there's better opportunity out there. I feel there's better opportunity. So having a nice day here, this FSLY, maybe a good swing trade over time too. Array, probably same deal, really flat. Had a nice pop earlier in the morning though. VNet. All right, so let's hop on over to the losers list here, seeing if there's anything looking just as good. Top loser is down 42%. BRSH, people not brushing their teeth lately. FL dropped off earlier today. It was a great short from this morning, and then a pretty good dead cat bounce actually, trading about 38,000 shares per minute right now in active volume. Order book is decent for right now. I mean, hopefully it becomes more liquid over time here, the coming days, even like tomorrow, Friday, etc. I mean, this stock took a huge hit, actually. I remember trading this back when it was like a $50 stock earlier this year. So, eventually this will make a nice squeeze, but you want more liquidity to join the order book over time now that it's like much cheaper. It's like $16 here. So we'll put it on our watch list for right now, Foot Locker, put it on the main list, see what it could do. Peloton dead. This thing's not really moving too much at all right now. And I'll tell you, Hawaiian Electric's trade. Okay, nice move down. Obviously not nice, obviously, what's going on in Maui. But, we've been saying disaster does create opportunity. PCG, back in 2018. Can't stress that enough. And, over time, we said that this is more prone to continue here. It's, going to be a great bounce here and there. But right now, it's down over 7+%. Right now, the trend last, 10, 15 minutes down. So HE, good short for right now here. What else we got? Anything else looking good? IQ, CVI. Got to figure something out here. My throat is a little wonky right now, so I got to figure out what's going on with the old voice. So my apologies there, but let's see if there's anything else we could add here to our watch list. I'll tell you, I mean, I kind of ran everything through from top to bottom. If there's anything else that made a nice pop as I've been going through here, folks, just type it in the chat board. Let me know. How about SoFi? Chuck asking. The Folk trade. Did we have this on our list here? FULC. Did I turn over to this one even during the meeting? I mean, it's dropping off at 2:30, so maybe I'll put this on our side list here, this FULC. But let's go to Chuck SoFi. Tradable, absolutely tradable. If you're in already, I'm rooting you on. It's a level 1 stock, right? Definitely, I would go this over, what was it, the $20 stock that was like at the highs, the slow poke I was saying, because hey, this is cheaper and more bang for your buck on this, right? I'm sure there's a lot that looks like this though, right? So we got to kind of just sift through everything else here. The other sideless stocks, similar with TSLL. PLTR is up, that 4 to 5%, but compared to the AI and compared to APLD, I think this will be the slowest. So I'm not going to put this on our main list either, as tradable as it is. ITOS down, says Scott. Not a bad short, not a bad opportunity. Again, like, just you want the order book to fill in more, but it's been on a nice downtrend. If you're short already, I'm rooting you on. Hey, these are all good, recommendations are all good chats right now to me, folks. Really, they're all tradable. If there's something that is like really eye-catching as far as something like, yes, this has a very strong chance of breaking higher into the close or breaking lower, but something on bad news. So that other one that Scott called out, nice drop. but we'll see if that can continue filling the gap there. I just feel like something on the way down that's down off of bad news is even better there. All right, so I think we're going to wrap up. I mean, hey, going back to the AI, going back to the CVNA, I like the CVNA more. I'm going to scrap AI. I am going to slip CVNA Carvana on our watch list. A little more expensive, but look at this pattern building up beautifully. This is pretty good here. I like this. All right, and then lastly, I think we said the Fulc, F-U-L-C. It's on the way down here now at this point, kind of topping off, so scrap it here. All right, folks, hey, good list to work with now heading into the close, really. I mean, 5 stocks to work with, not a big list. Perfect. Gives you time to kind of buckle in on a couple of these, a few of these, look for your icebergs and prep up for the next 10, 15 minutes here before Rich jumps on. And then, once he does, then at that point, I'm sure we'll be more proactive with scanning. But as I always say, start and stick with this list. It gives you the best opportunity to, at least begin here heading into the close. And then at that point, for all of our students that are joining me in class, let's say like Ira, Chuck, Leda, Grant, Barbara, Xavier, just et cetera, any one of us joining me at 3:05 Eastern, I'll catch you there in class. I'm going to go over journaling, everything that you need to know about just kind of logging trades and studying ultimately. You try not to make it as much a chore or an errand or any of that stuff as much as it could be like data entry. We got to make sure we know what to look for with, studying our trades, the good, the bad, the ugly, and really just being able to progress further on as traders here. All right. So I look forward to seeing all of us. Otherwise, if you're not joining me in class, best of luck trading heading into the close, and I'll catch you tomorrow.